had a lovely lunch with a good friend of mine, and she and her husband are actually doing something really cool. They've just started a new business of freeze-dried ice cream, which is really cool. So I will actually link that below if anyone is interested in their new ice cream. But so she and I just had a fun little lunch and caught up, and now I am headed across town to have another meeting. I can't remember where I'm meeting, but I will follow my GPS until I get there. And I think it's at a museum. I want to say it's at a museum. So we'll see. I'm always like, I just have to check my calendar and see what I have on the calendar because it's just like so much all the time, always. Yeah, so it's interesting. So my last vlog was over the course of 2 weeks. So the beginning of the vlog was actually funny enough, I was literally right here in this exact same spot. The beginning of my last vlog, I was talking about what actually started on the 31st of December. So that was like technically the last day of, 2024, as it said. And it's just like, it's so interesting, not funny. It's just like odd or ironic. I don't know what really to say, but I was saying how like 2024 was like the craziest that we've had, the craziest times, and nothing can compare to 2024. And then boom, literally at the end of the vlog, I mentioned the fires that are happening right now in LA. They're still going on, and or I guess they've calmed down a little, but it's already just devastated that entire area. And so I'm just like, wow, like who would have thought that like 2024, that who would have thought that 2025 would have topped 2024? I mean, like even just thinking back, the last couple months of 2024 was crazy with like the floods that happened here in Western North Carolina, and then obviously down like the southern East Coast, so into Georgia and parts of Florida and South Carolina and all that. And so I'm just like, wow, this is interesting. And so another thing that I had kind of briefly mentioned is that, so technically, and the reason why I'm gonna reiterate this is because I didn't go into too much detail last time, but technically the beginning of the year is actually March 21st. And I say that because we are technically at the end of a cycle still. So like until March 21st, we are still in the previous cycle. So just because it's January 1st, it doesn't mean that we're on a new astrological cycle. The new astrological cycles don't start until the 21st of March. So that's why technically it's the beginning of the year. And so really what we're looking at with the fires and the floods, and I think I just heard something about an earthquake that happened somewhere in the world. And then also I found out this morning that there was a flood that happened a couple months ago, or maybe it was recently. I don't remember when it was, but this was in another country somewhere in the world. Pakistan had a major flood recently. And so we're seeing a lot of this stuff happening now, like, at the end of this sort of astrological cycle. So I'm just curious to see how things are gonna shift at the end of March. So we'll have to wait for that. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that just because, a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, it's the beginning of 2025 and I can't believe 2025 is all this stuff's happening. But technically we're still in the 2024 phases. We're still in that cycle. So yeah, so we're not going to be out of these cycles of disasters and natural disasters or whatever kind of disasters they are. We're not going to be out of this phase until the end of March, so mid to the end of March. So hopefully, everyone is able to stay safe. Hopefully, people are able to, avoid these types of situations, and hopefully, we're able to sort of like look now at our people who are handling like the governance of a lot of the stuff. We're seeing a lot of negligence, and hopefully, people will start paying more attention to their immediate environment to the people that they elect. And yeah, I don't know, but I just wanted to make that note. And but anyway, I have almost arrived, and I've got to pay attention to parking instructions. So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. And I am about to head out to a meeting, but I just wanted to quickly come and recap my week because I haven't really been in front of you guys this week. I just did a lot of kind of miscellaneous things earlier this week. So Monday, I had a lunch meeting with a friend of mine who has a business. I want to say I mentioned that, but so that was really nice. And then I had went horseback riding on Wednesday, and that was fun. Let's see. So today I have to take Archie to go to the vet. So this is his first time going to the vet. So she'll be very exciting. And yeah, so I can't stay too long. I just wanted to briefly recap that, just so you kind of have an idea of how my week has been going. I've had a lot of meetings, and this weekend I have some more meetings. And then next week is jam-packed as well. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to get a lot in. And my light just went out. Hold on a second. But really quickly, I'll just show you what I'm wearing. So I have on this turtleneck. It's like a kind of, I guess, half sleeve turtleneck from Theory, cashmere. It's nice and cozy. And then this jacket I actually got from Mango over the summer. And I was planning on wearing it as like a kind of a fall season jacket, but it's actually perfect for winter. And I guess the only problem with it is it kind of like little stringies come off, but is what it is. But it's nice. Like I love this sort of it has almost like a Chanel feel, but it's, Mango. So it's not going to be like Chanel quality, but it's still really nice, and they may still have it. So I'll see if I can find it, and I'll link it below. And then my jeans are a Goldie. Not sure if you can see. And then belt is my normal belt that I wear every single day from Source Unknown. And I've got my loafers on as well. It's such a good look. I just love the sort of like classiness of it. And so I love this outfit. So I just wanted to show you guys. But anyway, I'm off, and I'll see you in a little while. I just took Archie to the vet. Oh my God, this was his first vet appointment. And my goodness, this dog has so much energy. After I've given him some relaxing chews, after I've given him relaxing chews, this dog still was so hyper and barking at everybody. I'm kind of embarrassed, but it's okay. They kind of understood that it was his first vet appointment, and it's almost like it felt like chaos. Oh my gosh, where are you guys? Okay, hold on. Archie, sit down. Say hi. Say hi, buddy. Say hi. So this was like it was like chaos. Like there was so much happening, and the thing is like he's so fun around humans, but when it comes to other dogs, it's just like he starts barking, and because the whole place like smelled like other dogs, it was just like wild. There we go. So yeah, oh my gosh, this was like it was complete chaos. I mean, I guess for his first vet appointment, it was okay. It's just he had so much energy and like didn't know he was like hard to sit still, and then we tried to trim his nails, and he didn't like that, so that wasn't that great. But it's okay because now I kind of understand the process and what I have to kind of like. I have to prep him from now on when he goes to the vet and give him like doggy calming medication because his doggy calming chews didn't really work. I mean, they kept him a little bit more mellow than. Ah, okay, let me do this. Let me do this. So the doggy calming chews kept him a little bit more mellow than he would have been if he wasn't on anything, but it still was not enough. So yeah. But so of course now you can see in the back, of course now he's like calmed down because we're out of there. But the thing is he's like, when it comes to humans, he's great. He loves people. Don't you, buddy? So he's great around people. He's just like really anxious around other animals, like specifically dogs. And unless he recognizes the dog. So if he sees the dogs in our neighborhood, he's like friendly to some degree with them. But with other dogs, he gets like really anxious, and then he smells them, especially like if he's been in a place he's never been before, and then there's people and they're like talking to him and they're calling his name, and he's looking around and he's like, "Where's my mom? Where's my mom?" Luckily I was there the whole time, like with him, but he just, yeah, he has separation anxiety. He doesn't like to leave his mommy. So yeah, but otherwise, like, gosh, I guess it was a successful vet visit, but my goodness, it was like so much. That was like chaos. And then I like kind of found out that a lot of people keep their dogs medicated. And that's something that I'm like gonna have to start paying attention to, because when I'm, walking him, and other dogs are like la 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 la, like in their own little zone. And I'm thinking, like, how are these dogs so calm? Like, my dog is jumping all over the place, doing all this other stuff. Now, granted, it's possible these dogs are also like trained, and Archie hasn't had formal training. So that's another thing that I got. I got some contact information to get him trained. So I'm going to get that set up so he can learn to be calm around, new people and be calm in new environments and that type of thing. Because, like, whew, you were something else in there, bud. Hopefully those little soft chews start to kick in pretty soon. And now I need to get a lint roller. That's something I'm gonna have to like reinvest in, because I have hair all over my jacket. There's hair all in the back seat. I need to get my car cleaned out. Like, yeah. And he's shedding a lot because it's wintertime. And this is a thing. This is a thing. When we went to go adopt him, and I specifically said, is he going to shed a lot? And the guy was like, nope, 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 he won't shed at all. Nope, nope, retrievers don't shed at all. Tell me why this dog sheds everywhere. I mean, it's only twice a year, apparently. It's okay. Like, I can adjust to it, but I'm just like, I'm kind of a little surprised that the guy just like lied to me like that. So I'm like, did you just say that because you wanted to get rid of the dog? Yeah. So that's my update for my dog update. I'll catch you guys in a little while. Catch you guys later. Okay, so I just got home and my goodness, was this an eventful day. I was not expecting Archie's first vet appointment to go the way it just did, but it is what it is. Got it out of the way. So hopefully the next appointment will be a lot better. So I was kind of trying to recap while I was in my car. But the lighting was just kind of funny. And then Archie was kind of moving around a lot. And I wanted to also I was just like kind of right out of it, so I was just like a little like kind of all over the place. I just wanted to like recap really quickly. But yeah, this was his first vet appointment. So anyone that has not been following, we adopted Archie, who's my dog, but we adopted him, I want to say back in October. So end of October, and he was at the animal shelter. So it was the Orange County Animal Shelter here in Chapel Hill in North Carolina. And basically there was no real history on him. So we don't really know if like he had was part of a litter. We don't know if he grew up with his mom or if he like had a family. We just don't know anything about him. And so they picked him up and he was a stray, and then he was at the shelter for a few months. And so I guess while he was there, he just kind of like got anxious, which I'm sure a lot of anyone that has adopted a dog probably has, or is familiar with like anxiety issues that your dog might have. And Archie definitely has anxiety issues. When he's home and he's comfortable and he's in a space that he recognizes, he's perfectly fine. But the second we go into an environment where he is not familiar with it, there's other dog smells and cat smells, and then he hears barking, and then there's people and they're talking to me, and he's just like, what's going on? So he gets himself kind of worked up. So what I did is I gave him some calming chews. And so I, went online and I was just looking for, something that could kind of keep him calm, but that was natural. And because I'm just not a big proponent of like medication. But I don't know, might have to change my mind after this. But as far as like his doggy calm chews, I decided to get these for him. So these are the Yum Well. I saw that they had like a lot of reviews, like really good reviews on the product, but their calming chews supports a calming effect, supports balanced behavior, and helps to manage normal stress. So this is what it looks like. And I recommend it. I've given him this a couple times. He's probably had this about 5 times since I purchased this bag. And so it's still really full. I'll show you, actually I'll show you what it looks like. So the little chews look like this. And they must be tasty because he likes them, he eats them. But I originally was giving him one, and I just got his new weight. So we just like weighed him while he was at the vet, and he now should be taking two. Actually, he probably should have been taking two before. But yeah, and that's probably why it was like, I could see a little bit of a difference, but not so much. So I'm going to start giving him two of these, especially when he has to go into a new environment, like going to the vet. But also while we were there, the reason why it was like kind of chaotic is because he just doesn't like to get his nails trimmed. And so that was just like a lot. And they tried to take him back to get his nails trimmed, and it didn't work. Now he just like won't let anyone touch his feet, and unless it's me. And if I'm just like kind of stroking his feet like in a nice gentle way, if I'm like inspecting, he's like, what are you doing? So yeah, so next time I'm going to give him either two of these, or the vet also prescribed some medication. So I might try the medication just to like kind of keep him calm, because we do need to get his nails trimmed, and also because I just don't really want my dog to be acting kind of crazy out in public like that. And then also I got information. So I know the vet just through, as a business associate. But yeah, so he also gave me contact information for a trainer. So that's great. I've been training him, and he's actually pretty good. He's pretty good with his commands, but there's a couple of things I need to get him to kind of know. So anyway, that's that on Archie. That's that kind of pet update. I wasn't like expecting it to be this like this intense. But I'm glad we did it and got it out of the way. And so next time we'll be a lot more prepared. So anyway, I'll link the calming chews below, like I always do. And so if anyone does have a dog, or just, just got a dog, or is looking for ways to keep their pet calm, or if your dog has like anxiety, separation anxiety, like Archie does. So I will, link that for you so you can check that out. And I might even put like a playlist on my Shop My because for doggy stuff because a couple vlogs ago I showed you guys. Well, actually, last pretty much every vlog now since I purchased it, but uh, we got him a little doggy vest that he wears when it's really cold, and there's a couple other little things that I think could be of interest to anyone who has a dog. So yeah, so I'll make sure to link that below. And yeah, so so today's Friday. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier. But so yay, it's my favorite day. But tomorrow I also have a busy day. And then Sunday, I think I also have a lot going on. And then next week is kind of intense. So yeah, so I'll try to make sure to take you guys along with what I do because that's the whole point of this, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna sign off here, and I'll see you guys later. Good morning. Today's Monday, and wow, it's so interesting. This whole the past few days, this week, it's just like a lot is going on in America right now. So today is inauguration day, obviously. And it's interesting. It's also my husband's birthday. but but yeah, but I wanted to just quickly kind of touch on the things that are happening in America, and it's so fascinating. So over the weekend, they banned TikTok, which is like, wow, I never would have thought that, you know, such a such a widely used app would get banned. And I mean, it didn't last long, of course, but now our new president is saying that there's going to be like a 60 or 90-day thing, and then TikTok is going to be, I guess perpetually banned. I'm not really sure. So I'm not sure if that's happening in other countries or if it's just in America. But I find that to be really interesting because, as content creators, a lot of people get a lot of their views on TikTok. A lot of people make revenue off of TikTok. So that's a lot of people's livelihoods that is potentially being interfered with. And of course, there is speculation as to why they shut the app down. And if, of course, some of the speculation is correct or true, then I'm very happy that they are closing the app down. But it's just so interesting seeing and kind of witnessing these things because these days we live in such a technological world, and when an entire application gets shut down that billions of people use, it's really interesting. So yeah, I just thought I'd kind of throw my 2 cents in on that, just because it's all kind of culminating right now, especially because we're about to, have a new old president. That makes sense. So, the president now he was president before, but there was so much chaos surrounding his first term that it's going to be fascinating to see what happens this time around. Now, I will say I am quite happy. I don't really want to get into political stuff on my channel here, but I am happy with some of his picks. Like, for example, who he has helping out with the health. I don't know if we call it a minister here. I don't know what we call it, but I'm happy about that just because for me, health is super important. Wellness is super important, and ensuring that people, especially in America, are getting proper, are not, how can I put this, are not being exposed to toxic things is super important. And I really do value and care about that. So I'm happy about that. Red 5 or Red 3, I can't remember, it just got banned. And that is an additive that's in so many food products in American food. So I'm so happy about that. So we'll see how this term is. And I honestly, I just regardless of who's in office, uh, if we in America and just people around the world, if we can all just get along and live happily and healthily, and we're all supporting each other, then that's really the world that we should strive for. Not voting for people based on whether we like what they tweeted about or something like that. Like, honestly, I don't care, because I hear the most atrocious things come out of people's mouths in person. You know, I meet so many just like rude people. If you hear people's conversations, like just listen in on people's conversations, you know, you get some pretty rude things. You know, people, I think, like, there are rude people in the world, and I feel like it's and they're also very kind people, of course, but to judge someone just because they're a little bit more New York than the rest of us is like, I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up in New Jersey. I'm just like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I guess it's just different. But for me, as long as like the people are treated well and the people are put first, that's all I care about. So anyway, I've got to hop into a meeting. So I'll catch you guys in a little while. Hello, I'm back, and I'm with my hubby dubby, who's sitting right next to me. We just had lunch for his birthday. He did that on purpose. He's like laughing. He totally did that on purpose. But we also stopped by the cupcake place. So there's this place in our area called Small Cakes, and I'll actually show you what the cupcakes look like when we get back. But we got that, got some cupcakes, and what is this? A white chocolate macadamia ice cream or cookie cake thing. So anyway, so we just had some excellent Mexican si and bueno, and now we're gonna go home and eat some cupcakes and probably watch Dune 2 or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's the update. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we made it home, and I want to show you the cupcakes that we got. Yummy. So good. These are really tasty. This one here is strawberry and looks like some kind of pecan. I can't remember which one he got, but that's what he got. But really tasty. From, what's this place called again? Oh, Small Cakes. Yummy. Hey, so I made it back home, or we made it back home. And yeah, we went and had lunch at this Mexican restaurant that's right around the corner. And then we went and got cupcakes and a bunch of other stuff. So it is a big birthday for him, and he just wanted something low key. So yeah, so I just offered to take him wherever he wanted to go today. So that's what we did. And let's see. So yeah, it's such an interesting day. So I mentioned this earlier. Today is Inauguration Day. It's also Martin Luther King Day, and it's my husband's birthday. So it's been a kind of a lot, and I honestly probably should have taken the day off, but it's really hard with the work that I do. So yeah. So I tried to get everything done in the beginning part of the day, so that I have now the last half of the day to kind of, hang out and chill. And I think we're gonna probably watch some movies and just, be low key and take it easy and stuff. But yeah, so it's really kind of interesting that they have the inauguration on Martin Luther King Day, but is what it is. And I did talk to a friend earlier, a friend slash colleague earlier, and they were saying that there is a Martin Luther King parade that happens every year, and I didn't even know about that. So I think maybe next year I'm gonna look into it and attend, because I think that could be a fun event to go to. But anyway, so just really quickly, you guys will notice I added a hat to my current outfit, but this hat is from, I want to say, Naked Cashmere, perhaps not. I'm not really sure. I could take it off, but I don't really want my hair to be messed up. But it's cashmere. It's this cashmere beanie. I just love it. It's so comfy. And my husband actually has the same one in gray, so he's wearing that today. And then, of course, I wear this blazer all the time. You guys see me wear it all the time. And it was actually really cold today, so I'm surprised that I was able to kind of pull off the sort of blazer look today, because normally on days when it's cold like this, I have to wear my big bulky coat. But I decided to just go with this. And I was actually quite warm, because the turtleneck I have on is also from Notum. So it's a gray. Here, actually, I'll take my blazer off so you can see. And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna need to get this back. But okay, I'll do that. So yeah, so this turtleneck is from Nottam, and it's so comfy and cozy, and also it's 100% cashmere. So I love all of Nottam's pieces. They make really beautiful, work, and it's comfortable. So, a lot of times, like with wool and sometimes even types of cashmere, it can be really itchy. And I have come across that, like cashmere that has a little bit, almost like a cross between mohair and cashmere, and it can be kind of itchy. And this is like not that at all. This is so comfortable. It's so soft, and I love it because I am really particular about my cashmeres. I'm really particular about my materials in general, and that's mainly because I went to school for textiles, apparel management. So for me, having the right materials is important because, I want to be environmentally conscious. So I only want to support brands that are using either 100% of a particular material, so 100% linen, 100% cotton, 100% cashmere, or if there is any type of blend, then it's an organic blend. So like maybe cotton and cashmere, linen and cotton, silk and cotton, like that type of thing. I really try to stay away from any sort of synthetics. Now, of course, in some cases, synthetics can actually be really great, but from from my stance, from my my personal, I guess, feelings towards it, I would prefer, whatever clothing that I'm wearing to be 100% X, Y, and Z. so, so I definitely love Nottam's pieces just because they are all 100% cashmere. Well, I take that back. A lot of their pieces are 100% cashmere. And obviously, you can check the description for each item just to see if there's any sort of blend. But Nottam tends to have really great cashmere, and it tends to be 100%. So that's another thing. And then also, cashmere in general. We're having the cashmere conversation because it is winter time, but cashmere in general, like if you are not, if it's not sourced properly, then it actually cannot be good for the cashmere trade, if that makes sense. So there's ethical cashmere, and then there's like not ethical or actually, I don't know. I don't want to actually speak too much on that. From my own research, I've discovered that, um, you know, cashmere that's sourced properly should actually be like quite expensive. And I would say that Nottam's pieces are uh, very affordable. So I'm quite sure that their pieces are sourced ethically. And yeah, and I think it's a great brand. And, I've been purchasing pieces from them for a while. So I will continue to, even though they're more on the affordable side, whereas like, you get into more higher end cashmere and it could be in upwards of like, $600 for a shirt like this. That's great and all because like they're very transparent about where they're getting their materials from when you go to the more higher end cashmere. Unless of course it's like designer. If there's like a designer name behind it, then sometimes it can be wildly overpriced. So you really kind of have to like look at the description of each item, and it'll tell you like, if this is Australian cashmere or Mongolian cashmere, or if this comes from, Ireland or Scotland, like Scottish cashmere. Like you kind of have to look at the description and find out where it's sourced, and then go to the obviously the company's website, and usually they'll have it like a transparency page, or like a this is sourced from X, Y, and Z, or their the ethical code or whatever. And you can read up on that. And Nottam is pretty transparent about where they get their stuff from. But the benefit is that their pieces are affordable. So as I mentioned, a lot of times cashmere can be really expensive, and that is because the sourcing of it is very high quality. Yeah. But then simultaneously, as I literally just said, sometimes you can get this overpriced cashmere top, and it's not sourced ethically. So you really kind of have to read and find out where it's from. And 9 times out of 10, your really well sourced, ethically sourced cashmere is not going to have a designer name on it, is what from what I've noticed. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Just depends on the brand. Like I think Stella McCartney, if she does cashmere, she's going to go on the more like ethical side of it. But if you go to other names that I'm not going to say, but other high luxury brand names, a lot of times they're just purchasing kind of like cheaper cashmere and then racking up the price. So you really kind of have to do a little bit of research on it. So anyway, I've been talking a while about cashmere, but that's just my little like 2 cents on it. But I do highly recommend Natum. I think it's a great brand. And actually, while we're here, just so I know for myself, let's see. Let's look at Natum's website. So they're having their February Valentine's Day sale right now. And let's see. Yep, our materials. So if you go down to the bottom of their website, and it says like we are Natum, we last longer even though we're soft, and then it says about us and then our materials. And you can click on that. And it says here, we design our pieces with premium sustainable materials that look great, feel great, and stand the test of time. Let's go down. I want to find out where it's sourced because that's important to me. Yeah, so some of their pieces have silk. Oh, okay, sustainability. We'll go there. Okay, equity and transparency. So okay, Mongolian. It is Mongolian cashmere. So Natum is built on the desire for better cashmere. In 2013, we disrupted the traditional cashmere market by sourcing our fibers directly from Mongolian herding communities, creating more equitable pricing for everyone involved. Okay, so it sounds like they cut out the middleman. So that's why their prices are more affordable. Yeah, that's why their prices are more affordable, because otherwise, if you go through the middleman, it's going to be a lot more expensive. So yeah, so it's a great, the sustainable, again, they source it from Mongolian tradesmen. And yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love this brand. I really do. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, I'm quite certain this hat is from there. Let me see if I can find it again, actually. Cashmere. Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this beanie is from Natum, but yeah. So again, great brand. I will link this top, and if I can find the beanie again, I will link the beanie. And yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go eat my cupcake because it's just sitting there, and it's just like I can feel it like, Nicole, come eat my, come eat me. So calling from the kitchen. So I'm gonna go eat my cupcake and chill. And I'll see you guys later. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, and I just got home. I have been out and about, meeting with friends and colleagues, and having a great time chatting with people, and yeah, just having a great day so far. So it's been fun. So I just got home and I've got to do some stuff on the computer. So I will be getting to work in just a minute. But really quickly, I wanted to show you what I'm wearing today, just because it is one of my capsule wardrobe outfits. And for anyone that isn't really familiar with a capsule wardrobe, the whole idea is that you have like a limited number of pieces that you're able to mix and match all the time. And that's exactly what I have going on here. So if you've been kind of following, you'll know that I've, obviously worn these jeans quite a bit since I got them. I just got them like a couple weeks ago, but I have been wearing them quite a bit. I wear this belt all the time. I wear this shirt quite often, and I have been wearing this scarf a lot. Let me adjust it there. I have been wearing this scarf a lot, especially now that it's, cooler weather. But really, the whole idea of having a capsule wardrobe is so that you have, again, a limited number of pieces that you can mix and match. For me personally, I really value high quality materials. So a lot of my pieces are going to be either cotton or linen or silk or cashmere or wool or, suede or leather, just because I really appreciate high quality materials. I think that they're just better for the environment. And I did say this yesterday, as far as cashmere is concerned, like especially if it's sourced properly, that's a big thing for me. And so for me, having pieces that are in one of those different categories is really important. So yeah, so that's like kind of been the emphasis, or like the sort of goals that I've been that I've had when I've been building my capsule wardrobe. But, obviously it's just pretty simple, like just basics, pieces that you'll have for years and years and years. And if it falls apart, you can either get it repaired or you can just kind of replace it. And so obviously having like a simple, black long sleeve shirt is super important. I'll take my scarf off just so you can see. So yeah, so as you can see, this top is like a round neck kind of top. It's just a simple black top. It is from Vince, and it's nicely made. Like it's soft. It's a nice soft material. It's cotton. It might have like a little bit of like a modal blend because there's a slight stretch to it, but otherwise it's just a nice soft black long sleeve top that I can wear. I can dress it up if I need to. I can dress it down if I need to. But it's easy. It's simple. And it's a simple top to replace too. So if I ever need to replace it, which I don't anticipate because I have had this for a while, but if I do need to replace it, replacing with another simple kind of round neck black top is quite easy. And then of course, the black belt is great. You've seen it before. The sort of alligator gives it a bit of a unique kind of touch to it. And then jeans are just simple, a Goldie jeans. Again, we've been wearing these a lot. A Goldie is like probably my favorite jean brand or my favorite denim brand. So you'll know if you have been watching, you'll know that I tend to wear a lot of a Goldie jeans, and they're just nicely made. And these actually they just came out not too long ago, but there's quite a bit of stretch also in these. And a Goldie is kind of known for its like structured denim, so I really like that. These have a bit of a stretch to them. And then my loafers, which I'll show you. Well, you've seen them before, but they are just simple black leather loafers that I have here. And they're easy. You can like mix them with jeans. You can wear them with, I don't know, if I wanted to wear a skirt with them, I could. But these are just very simple leather. And I specifically got leather just because it'll break, my foot will mold to it eventually. So I'll have these for a really long time. And then my scarf, I have worn a bunch of times, is from Nottingham, but it's just a brown, tannish kind of brown cashmere scarf, and it's just great. And then yesterday, you guys saw I was wearing this hat, also cashmere, and this is from Nottingham. So I couldn't remember yesterday. I couldn't remember if it was from Nottingham or not, but it is. This is a Nottingham hat. And the scarf also is from Nottingham. But yeah, I mean, like the whole benefit again of having a capsule wardrobe is that you could just wear it like all the time. You could just mix and match the pieces. So, tomorrow I could just change out the top and then it's a completely different look. Or I can just throw a different coat on top, or I can change the shoes, or if I wanted to, as it gets cooler or as it gets warmer, if I wanted to throw white pants on, I could and just still wear the black top and the black belt, black shoes, and just change the pants into white denim pants, my white a Goldie pants, so it's just, that's the whole benefit of having a capsule wardrobe because, obviously if you follow trends come in and out, and then they're also cyclical. So you'll get a trend that has been around or that'll come up, but like it'll be a trend from like 20 years ago or something like that. So unless you kept the pieces from 20 years ago, it'll just stay in style for like maybe a few months, maybe a year, and then it'll go out of style again. And that's just a waste of money. So, the idea of having a capsule wardrobe is that you don't have to necessarily follow trends. Like you can add little trends here and there, like a trendy shirt or a trendy shoe or a trendy handbag. But if you have classic staple pieces, you'll have them for a long time. So for me, investing in, for example, a barber coat is really important because, barber tends to last, their barbers, jackets tend to last for a long time. So I want to have pieces that if I spend, a decent amount of money on it, I want to be able to have it for a long time. I'm not trying to just like waste money on clothes because there are other things that I could be allocating that towards. And that goes for hats. Like I got this hat like 3 years ago and it's still really highly, really good quality. The cashmere is so soft. It's so nice. And then likewise for this, scarf, this scarf I also got 3 or 4 years ago. And I just have it. It's like I just have these pieces. I think I got this shirt 2 or 3 years ago. And then these jeans are more new. And the the belt and the shoes are more new. But, the whole idea is to just have pieces that I know I'm going to have for a really long time. So yeah, so anyone, I guess my whole point is that, if you are looking to buy pieces that are classic, because that's a big thing for me as well, like that sort of classic old Hollywood style, I love. And you'll find that you can do that with classic staple capsule wardrobe type pieces. So if you wanted to wear a loafer with like a trouser, like that's very old Hollywood, and it's also like capsule wardrobe classic, type pieces that you can get. So you can put your own twist to your capsule wardrobe. Some people's capsule wardrobe will be like more, light neutral pieces, whereas mine, for me personally, I like to have like a variety. So I'll have, black shirts, I'll have shirts in like almost every color, but the patterning will be limited because patterning tends to come and go. The only pattern that I would say lasts for year after year, no matter what's happening with the trends, would be like a nice plaid or like a tartan kind of print, which Burberry does a lot. And then polka dot, but it just depends on the polka dot. And so polka dot tends to be around, like it's literally been around since, like, I don't know, maybe the 50s is when it kind of got popular, the 1950s. And then stripes. So like white and navy stripes is really beautiful, white and black stripes. And then also just depends on like what it looks like. So pinstripes have been around for decades and decades. So that will most likely never go out of style. So yeah, so it just depends. But so anyway, long story short, I don't want to talk too much on this, but yeah, so having pieces that are great for my capsule wardrobe is great. And I do encourage everyone else to sort of build their own capsule wardrobe to their style, of course. You don't have to like get boring about it because capsule wardrobes can oftentimes be quite boring, especially if there's like, you watch like a lot of other creators, well, not a lot of others, but you'll watch other creators, talk about capsule wardrobe and it's like all like neutrals. But I think that you can kind of infuse a little bit of color in there as well, and it still be a capsule wardrobe. So yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that. And anyway, I am going to drink my green tea and get back to work, and I'll see you later. Yeah, it's so fun. I love having snow like this, and Archie really likes it. The first time he ever saw snow was a couple weeks ago, and he went out and he was like, what is this? Because he's never seen it before. So now he's kind of has an idea. So I don't think he understands what ice is yet though, so he's kind of pulling a lot. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come have you guys enjoy our little snowy walk. looks like a lot of the snow has actually melted. So that's actually kind of nice. Makes it easier to drive and in the snow and stuff. But ooh, my hand is cold. I gotta put my other glove on. Where is he? Okay. So yeah, so out here in the snow, and there's other dogs back there. I'm still trying to like kind of socialize him with other doggies, just because he gets a little excited and starts jumping, and I don't know how other people are with their dogs. So I'm just like, ooh. So I try to keep him a little bit distant until he kind of has a little bit more understanding of it. But he's all wrapped around my legs right now. But I'm wearing my new I'm wearing my hunter boots, and then this big puffer, which I always wear when I walk him and in this weather because it's super cold. But yeah, so let's see. I'm kind of taking a day just because it is snowing. I can't really get out. I didn't have any scheduled meetings today, so today's just kind of a relaxing day, catching up on emails. I have an event coming up, so I had to kind of prepare. I'm getting kind of prepared for that, and that'll likely be, that event is in February, so you guys will learn more about it as it gets into February. But so yeah, again, taking a day and enjoying this lovely snowy weather. So hope you guys, wherever you are enjoying your snow as well. And so I'm gonna get him into the dog park so he can play around and jump around in the snow and stuff, and then I'm gonna get back home. So I'll talk to you guys later. Archie. Good boy, buddy.